I want to just pull up Indigo as well. Avinash, let's talk about that for a moment. Remember, ATF makes up for about 40% of the cost for airlines, and a 50% hike, and these are levels we've not seen before. A lot of us this morning means that's a 20% rise in costs. And we were just in conversation with Karishma. We had to cut it slightly short on market opening. She did mention it will take a while before it hits consumers, or it's bound to hit consumers, of course. But this is quite a significant spanner in the works when it comes to aviation majors, and particularly something like Indigo, which is already reeling from some of the past controversies and chaos that has come through. Interglobe, in fact, just also announcing a new CEO. The stock is up 4% this morning, perhaps on the back of that news, but the ATF news cannot be good for it. Avinash, your views?
No, I think definitely in the short term, Abha, this is not good news because almost 40 to 45% of the operational cost is ATF, and they have no choices but to raise ticket prices. And I think this is definitely going to impact their volumes in the near term. But I think one thing is also important is that, see, Indigo controls almost 50% of the market share in the aviation market. Weaker players like SpiceJet could be impacted more badly. Indigo does have the capacity to take these costs in the short term, but eventually they will be passed on to customers. So I think, flying is not going to end. Customers are going to fly. So I think in the very near term, there could be a little bit of negativity, probably the April to June quarter, because this impact may not be felt in the fourth quarter numbers. But going forward in the next, say, 6 to 12 months, hopefully if crude prices cool off, then I think ATF prices could come down also. So the markets probably are giving that indication in the stock price, which is up by 3-4% despite the ATF news flow today morning.
Sure.